Satan can't create anything. That includes blessings for his people. That's why, you know what the number one job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen.
I have time to fact check everything he said because the world of Katt Williams is a fictional world.
In a jaw-dropping revelation during that controversial interview on Shannon Sharpe's podcast, Katt Williams threw shade like confetti, claiming that Kevin Hart sold his soul to the devil and dubbed him an industry plant. As the verbal jabs and punchlines flew, fans were left wondering if laughter could truly be the devil's currency in this bizarre exchange between Katt Williams and Kevin Hart. Is it a case of sour grapes or just a misunderstood punchline? How does Kevin Hart respond to claims suggesting he made some kind of Faustian deal for fame? Find out in this video. Kevin mocks Katt. It all began during an interview on Club Shay Shay, where Katt Williams criticized Kevin Hart. Katt Williams accused Hart of being a product of the entertainment industry, questioning the authenticity of his success. This surprising interview, hosted by Shannon Sharpe, the former NFL star and media personality, saw Katt openly discussing his accusations against other comedians, including Cedric the Entertainer. In this context, Katt referred to Hart as someone who was chosen by Hollywood studios from the start, implying that Hart's success was prearranged and not the result of his own efforts in Los Angeles. Katt Williams questioned Hollywood's memory, saying that nobody could remember Kevin Hart having a sold-out show, people lining up for him, or getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. Katt found it suspicious that Kevin had his own sitcom on network TV and directed a movie called Soul Plane within his first year in LA. This made Katt wonder about Kevin Hart's rapid success. Kevin Hart didn't let Katt's accusations bother him. He responded with a viral tweet, essentially saying, "Gotta get that anger up out your champ." This showed that Kevin wasn't bothered by the insults and was ready to defend his reputation. Kevin Hart then used the follow-up tweet to promote his upcoming Netflix comedy, Lift, and took a subtle shot at Katt Williams. He mentioned a moment from the movie trailer where his co-star Gugu Mbatha Raw says they really love you to highlight his popularity. This feud between Kevin Hart and Katt Williams caused a stir among fans and fellow comedians. Fans were split, some defending their favorite comedian while others were undecided. Social media became a battleground for debates about the comedian's argument. This feud also led to discussions about success in the entertainment industry and the challenges faced by comedians from diverse backgrounds. Industry experts and commentators shared their thoughts on the feud. Some saw it as a result of the competitive nature of the industry, where success can lead to jealousy and rivalry. Others saw it as a sign of a bigger problem in the entertainment world, where artists are made to compete against each other for attention and drama. While this was going on, some pointed to an old interview with Kevin Hart on The Breakfast Club. In this interview, Hart began by emphasizing the importance of taking responsibility for one's actions. He pointed out that he had always owned up to his mistakes and worked hard to create opportunities not just for himself, but also for other comedians. Hart believed in uplifting those around him rather than constantly complaining and blaming external factors. Directing his attention towards Katt Williams, Hart expressed his frustration with Katt's constant finger-pointing at Hollywood and the white man. He reminded Katt that he had been given ample opportunities to succeed, but had squandered them due to his own irresponsible behavior. Hart called out Katt for missing work commitments, skipping promo shoots, and becoming a risk to studios, ultimately leading to a decline in his career. Hart's passion and conviction were evident as he challenged Katt to take responsibility for his choices and the consequences they had on his career. He questioned why Katt had not used his platform to uplift and support the comedians who looked up to him, unlike other successful comedians who had paved the way for the next generation. Addressing the negativity surrounding his own success, Hart reminded Katt that his accomplishments were not handed to him on a silver platter. He proudly proclaimed that he had sold out shows and achieved record-breaking numbers, putting him on par with some of the biggest names in the entertainment industry. Hart also debunked the notion that Katt owned all his comedy specials, revealing that it was actually the white man who owned Katt's content. He stressed the importance of owning one's work and not relying solely on ticket sales for financial success. The current feud between Kevin Hart and Katt got even more interesting when Kevin's ex-wife, Tori Hart, made a surprising revelation. But before we get into that, let's look back at their history. Kevin Hart and Tori Hart were a popular couple in the entertainment industry. They met in the early 2000s, fell in love, and got married in 2003. They had 2 kids together, Heaven and Hendrik. Kevin Hart's career took off in the late 2000s as he gained fame for his stand-up comedy. His unique style, energetic performances, and relatable humor made him a fan favorite. He became even more successful with stand-up specials like I'm a Grown Little Man and Laugh at My Pain. As Kevin's career in acting took off with roles in successful movies like Ride Along, Think Like a Man, and Central Intelligence, he became a highly sought-after actor in Hollywood. At the same time, Tori Hart was pursuing her dreams in comedy and acting, working hard to establish herself as a talented performer. Tori gained recognition in the comedy world through her funny stand-up routines, often inspired by her own life experiences. She performed at comedy clubs and even appeared on popular shows like Def Comedy Jam and Comic View. However, despite both Kevin and Tori sharing a passion for comedy, their marriage faced difficulties due to the pressures of fame and the demands of their careers. This led to their separation in 2010 and eventually their divorce in 2011. After Kevin and Tori ended their romantic relationship, they decided to work together as parents and get along well for the sake of their family. Over time, both of them have been successful in their careers. Kevin is now a famous and well-paid comedian worldwide, while Tori has made a name for herself as a talented comedian and actress. Now, in the present day, Tori Hart has made a surprising announcement on Instagram. She will be teaming up with Katt Williams for his upcoming Dark Matters tour. This news has grabbed everyone's attention. People wondered how Kevin would react to his ex-wife teaming up with his rival. Will there be tension or animosity? Or will Kevin choose to be supportive of Tori's career? Surprisingly, when TMZ approached Kevin for a comment, he responded graciously and supportively. He expressed nothing but positivity and love for Tori's career move, saying, "My success is my success. I want everybody to win. I love everybody. I hope the tour is great." Some fans praised Kevin for showing maturity and a desire for everyone to succeed despite any past differences or controversies. He took the high road and extended his support to Tori. As the tour goes on, it will be fascinating to see what happens with this surprising partnership. Will Kevin Hart keep supporting Tori from the sidelines? One thing is certain. Kevin Hart's reaction to Tori Hart's tour announcement with Katt Williams has impressed both fans and industry insiders. To truly grasp how intense the conflict between Kevin Hart and Katt Williams is, we need to look at their history. These two comedy giants have had many public arguments, and each one has added to the tension that eventually exploded in their Club Shay Shay interview. Origin. The first signs of conflict between Hart and Katt surfaced when Hart supported his friend Tiffany Haddish. In a candid interview in 2018 on V103's Frank and Wanda Morning Show, Katt didn't hold back and questioned Haddish's comedic talent. He suggested that she hasn't proven herself as a real comedian yet. Katt's main point was that Haddish has been doing comedy since she was 16, but he challenged people to name their favorite joke from her. According to Katt, the reason nobody can answer that question is because Haddish hasn't done a comedy tour or a special to really show her comedic abilities. He hinted that Tiffany Haddish might be someone who was pushed into the entertainment industry without earning her place. Katt said, "She ain't done a special. She has not proven the ability to tell jokes back to back for an hour." Katt Williams criticized the entertainment industry for not giving enough recognition to comedians like Monique, while praising Tiffany Haddish, mainly because of her role in the successful movie Girls Trip. He also raised doubts about whether Tiffany Haddish actually wrote the movie herself or if she was given the script. Katt implied that her success might be due to luck rather than her talent. During the conversation, host Wanda Smith defended Tiffany Haddish, saying that she is relatable and authentic, which is why people like her. But Katt Williams disagreed, questioning when being genuine became something marketable. He also made a controversial claim, suggesting that the industry supports Haddish because she has a crush on Brad Pitt, a white man. This sparked a discussion about how black female comedians are treated in the industry. Katt Williams didn't just criticize Tiffany Haddish, he also praised other black female comedians he felt were overlooked. He mentioned names like Lou Anel, Melanie Comarco, highlighting that they truly deserve recognition. Katt passionately argued that in the comedy industry, a black woman's appearance shouldn't count against her. He pointed out that the industry sometimes unfairly favors lighter-skinned comedians over darker-skinned ones. Katt called for everyone to acknowledge the talent and hard work of all black female comedians. These comments by Katt Williams sparked a heated debate. Some agree with his criticisms, while others believe Tiffany Haddish's success should not be judged by traditional industry standards. As the controversy unfolded, Tiffany Haddish addressed it on Twitter. She didn't mention Katt directly, but shared a video of her doing stand-up comedy. In her caption, she talked about staying positive and focused on her goals. Her response received support from her fans, who praised her for taking the high road and not getting into a public argument. On the other hand, Katt's comments about Haddish caused a lot of negative reaction. Fans of Haddish and comedy enthusiasts quickly expressed their opinions on social media and in online forums. Many people felt that Katt's remarks were unfair and questioned why he needed to criticize another comedian. Kevin Hart was one of the first people to support Tiffany Haddish. Kevin Hart spoke on the Breakfast Club radio show about Katt Williams' negative comments. He was upset about what Katt said and wondered why people of color are criticizing each other when they're getting chances in Hollywood. People of color begun to get opportunities in Hollywood. People of color won Emmys. When the people of color get these opportunities, why is it that people of color are the ones that are tearing the people of color that are getting these opportunities down? Kevin Hart expressed his strong feelings in the interview, and these remarks marked the beginning of his conflict with Katt Williams. At this time, most people agreed with Kevin Hart and believed that Katt was being unnecessarily harsh. However, many things have happened since this time, and some of these things might even suggest Katt was right about Tiffany. Let's go back to the beginning. Tiffany Haddish became famous after her role in the movie Girls Trip, which also featured Queen Latifah, Jada Pinkett Smith, and Regina Hall. The movie was a big hit, and it made Tiffany a star overnight because of her funny and relatable humor. Afterward, Tiffany was on the cover of Time magazine as one of the most influential people. This made it clear that she was becoming a big deal in the entertainment industry. At the same time, Katt Williams started questioning if Tiffany's success was real. As the controversy continued, it became evident that Katt Williams wasn't the only one doubting Tiffany. Many experienced comedians, especially those who had been in the industry for a long time, felt like Tiffany's success was unfair. They believed that influential people gave her special opportunities that others with similar talents didn't get. What does it mean to be handpicked by the establishment? According to Katt Williams, it means being chosen by the powerful figures in Hollywood who control what stories are told and which artists become famous. These influential people can shape public opinion and make certain talents famous while leaving others in obscurity. Many people agreed with Katt's criticism that the entertainment industry can be unfair. Comedians who have worked hard for a long time often feel overlooked and underappreciated. As the debate continued, it became clear that Tiffany's rise to fame wasn't solely based on her comedic skills. There were other factors at play, such as her marketability and the industry's desire for a fresh face. Some argued that Tiffany's appeal came from her relatable and genuine personality, while others believed she was a result of careful grooming and strategic positioning. Despite the differing opinions, one thing was undeniable. Tiffany Haddish had become a powerful presence in Hollywood. Her infectious personality and unique comedic style have won over audiences worldwide. However, as the saying goes, great fame also brings intense scrutiny. There was a big controversy involving Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears. They were accused of molesting and grooming two siblings, but Tiffany's lawyer said the accusations were false and the lawsuit was pointless. Eventually, the lawsuit was thrown out, but it really hurt Tiffany's career. She lost her jobs and had a tough time. She was happy the lawsuit was gone, but worried about the kids involved. Tiffany also said she doesn't talk to Aries Spears anymore and doesn't want to be connected to him. As soon as the scandal came to light, it quickly faded from public attention. People began to wonder if there was more to the situation than what was apparent. They questioned whether there was a hidden agenda or powerful forces working to protect Tiffany's reputation and prevent the scandal from harming her career. Now, if we fast forward to the present, Tiffany Haddish is facing another controversy. She was recently arrested for driving under the influence, which is a serious offense with significant consequences. But the controversies involving Tiffany don't stop there. The parents of children who were part of the scandal with Aries Spears have stepped forward. They are expressing their dissatisfaction with the settlement they received and are determined to speak out, regardless of any legal agreements they may have made. These recent revelations have sparked renewed interest from the public in the scandal. People are now asking questions about what really happened and if there were any hidden problem. The industry, which used to protect Tiffany, seems to be changing its stance. The strong defense around Tiffany is weakening, and the truth is slowly coming out. As these controversies keep coming up, it's clear that the industry is no longer determined to defend Tiffany at any cost. The public can see that something is not right, and they want answers. People who once admired Tiffany are now questioning whether her rise to fame and the stories built around her are genuine. Some think that Tiffany's decline in the industry is because she refused to follow Hollywood's expectations. When artists go against the norm, they risk facing embarrassment and exposure. In an industry known for its power dynamics, those who don't play by the rules can quickly become targets. In the entertainment world, handlers are key in shaping a celebrity's career, handling everything from public relations to contract. These behind-the-scenes individuals are crucial, but there have been cases where they've been accused of manipulating their clients for personal gain. When it comes to Tiffany Haddish, there are questions about the people around her and what their true intentions are. One person closely connected to Tiffany is Jason Lee, the founder of Hollywood Unlocked and Tiffany's self-proclaimed best friend. But what's the nature of their relationship? Is it just friendship, or is there more to it? Jason Lee has a huge Instagram page focused on gossip and vlogs, and he has played a significant role in shaping the public perception of Tiffany Haddish. He has been a vocal supporter, defending her during controversies. However, Some skeptics believe that his involvement goes beyond friendship and might be more controlling. An example of this is when Jason posted photos of Tiffany during what should have been a beach photo shoot. Instead of presenting her in the best light, the photos showed Tiffany looking disheveled and intoxicated. This made it seem like Jason was intentionally exposing her to public judgment and humiliation. This raises the question, why would a best friend subject Tiffany to such scrutiny? It's a puzzling situation. Could Jason be involved in creating these controversies to benefit either himself or the entertainment industry? The timing of these events also raises suspicions. The scandal involving Aries Spears quickly faded from the public eye, and Tiffany's recent DUI arrest has once again put her under scrutiny. It's almost as if the industry is using these incidents to remind her of the consequences of going against the grain. All these scandals and controversies have significantly shaped how the public views Tiffany Haddish. The once shining star is now facing doubts and skepticism. Cracks in her carefully crafted image are becoming more visible, and the consequences could be far-reaching. Regarding Katt Williams' claims about Kevin Hart being an industry plant, some people are willing to wait and see if time proves Katt Williams right again. In the meantime, let's also take a look at other entertainers that Katt Williams has criticized. Katt versus everyone. One of the most explosive and long-standing feuds in Katt Williams' career is with none other than Cedric, the Entertainer. The tension between these two comedians dates back to 2021, when Katt appeared on a radio show and accused Cedric of joke theft. This accusation set the stage for a feud that would captivate the comedy world for years to come. It all started when Katt made an appearance on a radio show, where he boldly claimed that Cedric had stolen one of his jokes. According to Katt, the joke in question was his closing bit for BET's 1998 Comic View show. In this bit, Katt hilariously reenacted someone driving a car while playing loud music. He emphasized that this was not just any random joke, but his best and closing joke. Katt went on to recount the events that unfolded after he performed the joke. Cedric, who happened to be in the audience at the Comedy Store, approached Katt backstage and praised him for his performance, expressing how much he loved the joke. Fast forward 2 years later, and Cedric is performing a similar bit on the original Kings of Comedy, a highly popular comedy tour. Katt was shocked and felt betrayed, as he believed Cedric had stolen his joke and performed it verbatim, only changing the car into a spaceship. The feud between Katt and Cedric escalated when Katt took to the airwaves to address the issue. In an interview on Club Shay Shay, Katt did not hold back in expressing his disdain for Cedric. He described Cedric as a walrus who lacked talent, singing, dancing, and the ability to write jokes. Katt even took a dig at Cedric's comedy specials, claiming that they were so bad that they were not available on popular streaming platforms like Netflix or Tubi. Cedric, on the other hand, responded to Katt's claims. He dismissed the allegations as ridiculous and stated that he had seen Katt perform numerous times without any mention of joke theft. Cedric believed that Katt's accusations were nothing more than an attempt to gain attention and elevate his status. The feud between Katt and Cedric continued to play out on social media platforms. Cedric took to Instagram to address Katt's claims, stating that his career could not be reduced to just one joke that Katt claimed as his own. He highlighted his extensive filmography, including over 40 movies, and the impact he had made in the industry. Cedric also mentioned his contributions to Katt's career, including giving him the stage name Cat in the Hat and featuring him at the Gibson Amphitheater. In an exclusive interview with E.T., Cedric further defended himself against Katt's accusation. He expressed his frustration with the spread of misinformation on blogs and social media, stating that he would respond when he deemed it necessary. Cedric stood firm in his belief that he had not stolen any jokes from Katt and asserted his own credibility and integrity as a comedian. Katt Williams also found himself embroiled in a heated feud with radio host Charlamagne Tha God. The feud between Katt and Charlamagne began to unfold after Katt's explosive interview on Club Shay Shay. During an episode of The Breakfast Club, Charlamagne disagreed with Katt's allegations of industry plants and criticized him for not calling out the people with the real power. Charlamagne believed that Katt was reluctant to confront those who held significant influence within the comedy industry. One of the key points of contention between Katt and Charlamagne was the latter's defense of Kevin Hart. Katt had made comments during his interview suggesting that Hart's rise to success was not organic. However, Charlamagne vehemently disagreed with this assertion. He argued that Hart's journey to success was far from easy, citing examples such as the failure of his NBC sitcom and the underperformance of his film Soul Plane. Charlamagne believed that Hart had faced numerous challenges and setbacks on his path to becoming a successful comedian. During the interview, Katt Williams also referred to Chris Rock as the King of Coons and made a series of derogatory remarks. He accused Rock of not liking black women, criticized his physical appearance by stating that he had the hands of an orangutan, and even brought up a personal incident involving a little African baby that Rock had pretended to raise. Katt claimed to have plenty of reasons for his hatred towards Rock. These comments sparked outrage and controversy within the comedy community, as Katt's words were seen as crossing the line of acceptable criticism. However, Katt later clarified that his original intention was to critique Rock instead of Kevin Hart, whom he had previously shaded. In response to Katt's provocative remarks, Rock took a more subtle approach. He posted an old picture of himself with Katt on Instagram, captioned, "It's Old Picture Thursday." This seemingly innocuous post was seen as a subtle way for Rock to address the feud without engaging in a direct confrontation. It was clear that Rock chose not to escalate the situation further, opting for a more restrained response. Diddy's name is another unexpected one Katt mentioned in the interview. During the interview, Katt discussed turning down a staggering $50 million multiple times to protect his integrity. He emphasized that he had refused to engage in sexual acts to boost his career, contrasting his choices with Diddy's reputation for partying and indulgence. Katt boldly stated, "'Cause P. Diddy wants to party, and you gotta tell him no. You gotta tell him no." These comments seem to allude to the ongoing sexual assault lawsuits surrounding Diddy. Katt further emphasized his commitment to maintaining his integrity by stating that he had receipts for everything he was sharing during the interview. Katt Williams also came for fellow comedian Michael Blackson. The tensions between Williams and Blackson first arose in 2022 when Blackson made comments about Katt during an episode of Drink Champs. Blackson didn't hold back, stating, "Look at Katt Williams. He fought a 10-year-old kid and smoked crack, but he's so likable and lovable. Katt can go out and do a movie or whatever he wants." These remarks didn't sit well with Katt, and the feud began to escalate. After filming an episode of Wild 'N Out together, Blackson took to social media to address the beef with Katt. He expressed his belief that life was too short for unnecessary feud, especially with people he loved. Blackson attempted to make amends, tweeting, "Let me know how you want to handle this, Katt. I'm down with the VS on stage, or you can just fight my 15-year-old son." However, any hopes of reconciliation were shattered during Katt's interview with Shannon Sharpe. When asked if he had ever been booed during a stand-up set, Katt confirmed that he had, but he used the opportunity to take a dig at Blackson. Katt believed that some comedians needed to be booed more as a learning experience, using Blackson as an example. He stated, "Most comedians don't get booed enough. I mean, this is how you end up with a Michael Blackson, who's a real African doing a fake African accent." Katt didn't stop there. He continued to criticize Blackson's comedic persona, claiming that he had given him the best advice of his life. Katt recalled a time when Blackson used to wear dirty dashikis, and he advised him to dress appropriately for the position he claimed to be in. Katt even suggested that if Blackson wanted to be the African king of comedy, he should go to Africa and establish a comedy school. In response to Katt's comments, Blackson took to social media, expressing his confusion and defending himself. He stated, "I'm so confused I'm African with a fake African accent. My accent had me roasted every day in school and in the comedy clubs in America, and I wish I could get rid of it. Even my Philly accent is fake. I guess the only thing real about me is my." Blackson acknowledged Katt's talent as a comedian, but emphasized that he was not the same Katt Williams from 2005. Blackson also suggested that Katt was intentionally stirring up controversy to regain relevance. He claimed that Katt had taken shots at the top 10 comedians alive today, hoping to elicit responses and make himself relevant again. Other famous people Katt came for include Ludacris, Steve Harvey, Ricky Smiley, and others. But most people are interested in watching what happens between Katt and Kevin Hart in their ongoing feud. If you enjoyed this video, click on the card showing on your screen right now for more videos.